We're at it again. We're at it again today. We're on law number 3. We're coming from the 10 laws of the legacy author. And today we're dealing with law number 3. And law number 3 is the law of execution. This is the motor, the catalyst of all success. Execution. And an hour of execution is worth more than a lifetime of planning. The law number 3 is the law of execution. A legacy author does not delay destiny. I will take consistent daily action towards my goal, regardless of how I feel. I'm going to read that again. I will take consistent daily actions towards my goal, regardless of how I feel. I know people who feel like everything has to be perfect before they take a step. They have to feel right. They have to understand what the future holds before they take a step. They want to have all the pieces of the puzzle in place before they take a step. And what tends to happen is you get nothing done. Meanwhile, the person who is executing, they may be slipping and they may be falling, but they are moving forward. There was an experiment. If you ever read the book Atomic Habits, there's a story about an experiment. I'm sure he wasn't the first to come up with this story or tell this story, but this is where I heard it. There was an experiment in a college photography class, and the class was split up into 2 groups. One group was told that they had to take the perfect picture. Their grade depended on presenting the perfect picture. That was Group A. Group B was told they have to take as many pictures as they possibly can. And their grade depended on the number of pictures that they presented. When the teacher or the professor got the pictures, the group that had the assignment to present the perfect picture had the worst picture. The group that was assigned to give the most pictures had the most beautiful pictures. Why? Because the group that was assigned to present the perfect picture was paralyzed with the ideal of producing a perfect picture, whereas the group that was given the assignment to present the most pictures, the more pictures they took, the better they got at taking pictures. The more they learned about pictures, the more they learned about the different aspects of what makes a great picture. And this is what we do when we're trying to be perfect instead of executing. We're not learning anything. Every time you execute on something, you are creating a ripple effect of events. You are creating lessons that you learn. When you fail, you learn how to do it better the next time. It's like, I can't think of the name of the inventor right now, but the guy who created the light bulb, the light bulb. Can't think of his name right now. It slips my mind, but you know who I'm talking about. They asked him, "Do you feel bad because you failed 1,000 times at trying to create this light bulb?" And he said, "Not at all, because I've I have successfully learned 1,000 ways, a thousand ways that it won't work. So he, in his mindset, he has learned 1,000 times what it takes to get closer to that goal. When you have your book, when you have your business, when you have your platform, your execution, not perfection, is what's going to take you to where you want to be. Yeah, you're going to slip, you're going to fall, you're not going to say the right words, you're going to get on, your hair's going to have a little messed up part of your hair, or your makeup's not going to be right, or your tie is not going to be right. Guess what? When you execute, you learn every time how to do it just a little bit better. Success is a compound. Success is made up of compounded incremental failures. That's what success is. Success is a mountain of failures. When you are successful, it means that you are standing on top of the hill of all the failures that got you up there. So you have to execute. This here, I don't care how good your book is or how bad it is. If you execute, you're going to find people who respect what you did. You're going to find gold if you dig. But if you do not dig, you're not going to find gold. You can go out and try to find a company that tells you that they're going to make your book successful, or they're going to make your program successful. I promise you, they're not going to do more than you can do by executing. They're not going to teach you how to fish. They're telling you, we're going to fish for you. But guess what? When they're off, your food stops. When they're not working, your food stops. You have to learn how to hunt for yourself. You have to learn how to get out, execute, and turn your vision into a reality. And you're not going to be perfect doing it. It's not going to be great every time. You just got to do it. Do it afraid. Do it even though you feel like I'm getting on people's nerves. Do it anyway. If somebody told you they're going to buy your book, follow up. If they don't like it, they have one of two options. They can buy the book, or they can tell you to leave them alone. But you need to take it to that extent where they give you one of those two answers. If you're pushing a program or a platform or a business, it's not your responsibility to care about how people feel about you executing. It's your responsibility to execute. For those who get upset with you and they disassociate themselves with you because you're doing something productive, those are not people you need to be around anyway. Those are not people who are going to support you anyway. And you can't get your feelings hurt because people don't support you. You can't get your feelings hurt because somebody said they'll support you and they don't. Listen, there are 8 billion people on this earth. The earth is your backyard, not your church, not your family, not your job, not your friend circle. The earth is your backyard. I want you to think about something. 8 billion people on this earth. If you sold your book to 100,000 people, of the 8 billion, if you sold your book to 100,000 people, which is probably a fraction of the number of people in your state, not alone the country, in your state, some of us in your city. If you found 100,000 people who bought your book, would you be well off? Would you need any more money after that? When you break it down to that, execution is the name of the game. Stop thinking about becoming a bestseller and doing everything so perfect, and just get out there and start executing. Do your plan. If you go out for an hour and execute, it is more valuable than sitting at home thinking of the best plan. I could do this. I could do that. Get out there and do it. Just do it. Go for the failure. Go for the failure. There's a book called Go for No. If you haven't read that book, you need to read that book. Go for No. I mean, this guy in this book, in his job, he doesn't go out and look for how many people he can sell. He goes out and looks for how many people he can get to tell him no. He sets a daily goal. I need 25 people to tell me no. That's a different mindset. That's a different perspective. Because guess what? He's going to fail at his goal. Somebody's going to say yes. But his thing is, even after he gets his yes, he keeps going for that 25 no's. He doesn't focus on, okay, I got the yes. He keeps going to get that 25 no's. His celebration is that I presented and to 25 people who told me no. I presented to 25 people who told me no. Execution, law number 3. Like I said when I first started, if you're not taking making the result, getting the results you want from your book sales or from your platform, I can guarantee you it's because you're not doing one or more of the laws, the 10 laws. So I encourage you, get this book. It's not a big book. This is a guide. This is a guide. And if you live by it as an author, your professional life as an author, even as a business person, if you live by it and you practice these laws daily, there is no way you cannot succeed. Listen, give me a call if you need help building your author brand. If you need help figuring out your next steps, give me a call. Let me help you. 615-44-BOOKS, TrueVinePublishing.com. Get this book, The 10 Laws of the Legacy Author. You all have a great day.